Hello everyone, welcome to the English class. Today we will be doing a short story in English literature. The short story is The Little Girl, which is in syllabus of class 9th CBSE. This story is chapter number 3 in book Beehive. Book is by NCRT. The story The Little Girl is written by Catherine Mansfield. Catherine Mansfield is a very prolific short story writer. She was born and brought up in New Zealand. Catherine Mansfield is famous for her short stories and for her different prose pieces. Now, the central idea of this story that she has written is very common to everybody in all corners of the world. The theme is the bond between parents and children. Now, the central character, the protagonist of this story is a little girl, as is clear from the title of the story. The little girl is named Kezia. Now, Kezia is a girl who really fears her father and whose feelings towards the end of the story are changed from the feelings of fear and hatred towards the feeling of understanding. Now, before we begin the story, in your book, which is on page number 32, you have been given 2 points to think upon. Now, the first point is, do you really think that your understanding of the actions and the words of your parents has grown better now than what it was when you were a small child? It does. We know our parents now better. As a teenager and as an adult, we share a better bond with our parents. We understand their words and their actions and their motives in a better manner than when we were children back then. So, after this, the second point that the story asks us to ponder upon is how you feel sad and angry when your parents are strict as children, but you understand all their seriousness and strictness as you grow up. Definitely, now there must be different issues that we don't share a common level with our parents, but again, we will be feeling them wrong at this point of time. This probably with time give us the power to understanding in future. And again, we will think as teenagers, whatever our parents thought for us or did for us was really good. So, this bond that develops between children and parents, and which is a natural bond, which is by birth we feel a connect towards them, is expressed and explored in this story through Kezia the little girl. Now, Kezia is the main character of the story. She fears her father, and she does not either has a great bond with her mother. The only person she shares the bond with in the family is her grandmother. So the family comprises of 4 members: Kezia, her mother, father, grandmother. Apart from the 4 family members, they have a cook named Alice. Now, every day they follow a certain routine. When her father goes for the office, he casually kisses his daughter goodbye, to which Kezia as well replies with a smile. But she waits for the noise of his vehicle to diminish in the far distance to enjoy herself at home, because that's the scare that she has from her father, and that is perhaps because she has never had a real conversation with her dad. Now, while his father is at office, she is jolly like other children at home. But when it is again time for her father to return, she again becomes a very scared, serious child. Her mother asks her to go and help her father removing his boots and socks when he returns from the office in the evening. She does as her mother says so because her mother believes this is going to help her build a bond with her father. That's not very true in Kezia's case. She really fears him when she goes and touches his feet or his socks. Now, here I would like you to stop for a while because you must be wondering how a mother is asking a daughter, a girl child, to go and touch the feet of father. Now, see, it's in the culture of India that girls usually don't go and touch the feet, but it's nothing like that there. So, it's a very normal routine as a boy child can help the father, a girl child too can help the father in removing shoes and socks. So just it's just a gesture to have a bond between both. On Sundays, Kazia also goes with her parents to the church. Also on Sundays in the afternoon, when her parents are relaxing in the drawing room, her grandmother would send Kazia also down to the drawing room to have a conversation with her parents. Sadly, they don't have any because most of the time her mother is busy doing something or the other, and her father is taking a nap at that time with a handkerchief on his face. And instead of having the nap, Cassia feels more scared. She feels as if her father is a big, huge giant lying there on the sofa. And she comes back without having any real conversation, waiting there for some time and then returning back to the grandmother. Now, once what happens, grandmother suggests something to Cassia. Cassia's father's birthday is approaching. Next week he has his birthday, and Cassia's grandmother tells her to prepare a surprise gift for the father so that her father is delighted. Cassia is enlightened and excited at this idea. Not because she's excited to have a bond or to change the feelings of the father. As a child, she can't feel all that. She can't plan all that. But she's excited with the idea of gifting. With the discussion that she has with her grandmother, she decides to make a pin cushion, a small pillow or a cushion for her father. Now, she designs the cover of the cushion, but she does not have anything to stuff it with, any filling to stuff it with. So, for that, she keeps on hunting everywhere in the house, and finally, in her parents' bedroom, on the side table, she finds a bunch of papers which she thinks are fine for filling. So, without even asking her parents what are those papers, are these important or not, as a child, she will not have that much prudence. She tears those pages and she stuffs in the cushion with it. Now, that invites danger and her father's anger for Cassia. She is stuffing in the important documents in the cushion. She is stuffing what she has already stuffed. Her father is asking out everybody for the papers, some important documents that he had kept at home and he's not able to find anywhere. He asks his wife, who has no idea. He asks his mother, who has no idea. Now, she gave the idea of cushion, but she did not know what is being stuffed in. So when he questions Cassia, Cassia can't lie as a child. All of a sudden, she can't plot and plan. She admits, she confesses that yes, she found some documents lying there and she has stuffed those in the cushion. Her father is really furious. He was already angry and now he's furious at Kezia. He beats her small pink palms with stick, and Kezia has started growing hatred in herself for her father. It's not just the scare or fear now, it's hatred that's growing in her now. Because she was planning to gift him something. Her father, without even listening or understanding to her gesture, has beaten her. Her grandmother, anyhow, consoles the child, takes her with him, tries to make her understand it was something very important. That's why his anger infuriated and was on you. Cassia is crying, not able to understand at that age. Then what happens? A crisis strikes the family one day. Cassia's mother suddenly falls ill, and with nobody else to attend her, the grandmother goes with the lady to the hospital. At the hospital, it's diagnosed that there is something serious and they have to stay there overnight. When they stay there overnight, Cassia is left at home with her dad and cook Alice. The cook feeds Cassia with the supper and then takes her to her bed so that she can sleep peacefully. Alice tells her that please have a good sleep now, relax, everything is going to be fine, and don't disturb your father who is taking a good sleep in the next room. Cassie, of course, was not interested in going and disturbing her father, but she is afraid and she mentions to Alice that this nightmare where a man comes with a large knife and a rope and with a very furious kind of giggle, he comes and overshadows me to kill me. I have this nightmare often in my dream, in my sleep, and often my always my grandma is with me, so I'm okay, she takes care of me. But what if today I have it again? Alice tells her to not worry and to not think about it and peacefully sleep. Cassia does so. Alice goes back. But the nightmare hits again, and this night she again has that wild dream where her where she sees a furious man coming towards her as if he's trying to kill her. She calls out in her sleep, she screams and she screams the loudest. When her eyes open, what she sees is she sees her father standing beside her bed, who has heard her screaming and has come to rescue her from that fear. Seeing her father, she is a bit relaxed. Naturally, the bond of father and daughter. Even after she's afraid, but when it's a third person scaring her, she feels relaxed with her father. Her father takes her in his arms and they go to the room of the father, where they both sleep in the same bed. Her father hugs her and tells her not to worry, not to be afraid, and go to sleep. Now, this is the moment that changes her thoughts from scare, from fear, to those of understanding. Now, Cassia understands how her father loves her. It's just the difference of nature that she has been comparing her father to others' father. Now, of this comparison, I'll tell you, which I missed back in the story. Once, what Cassia sees from a creak in the wall, that their neighbors, who is Mr. MacDonald, who has three kids, is playing with his children. One of his children is on his shoulder, one of them is hugging him from the back, one of them is holding his finger, and they're all laughing and playing together. When Cassia saw that, she really compared her father with Mr. McDonald and she was very sad at that comparison. Let's see, I alone don't have a good father. They have a good father. Mr. McDonald is so happy with his children, he's playing with them. But all those feelings and all those comparisons vanish when she experiences that warmth from her father and when she's lying that day with her father. Her father is trying to make her sleep, and in that process, he himself falls asleep before the child. Cassia giggles at this thought, and she feels sorry for having all those bad feelings for her father. She feels, she understands how her father is busy all day working for her, for the family, and how an adult man has felt asleep even before the child. So she really understands how tired he must be and how hard he must be working for us. This is the story where the feelings of a little girl would not be changed by the conversations or by the counseling from the mother and the grandmother, but an experience changed them entirely. She understood all the gestures and the actions of her father now. She also thought that my father must be really angry and those documents must be really important the day he hit me. So no harsh feelings left now, all dissolved, and she sleeps peacefully